you doing?
No.
Put that away.
Cooking food. We're two dudes cooking food for you.
We have 2 chickens that have been cut into parts.
Yeah. Like a total massacre happened here.
Yes.
Right?
We already broke apart 2 whole chickens. We saved the backbones and the wings for stock for later. So now we have a total of 4 breasts, 4 thighs, and 4 legs.
You can't see me jiggling my legs, but I was totally jiggling them.
So what do you want to start with first?
Let's start with the breast.
Okay, do you want to grab a breast?
I would love to grab a breast. You're getting frisky with me there. So
we're going to take the skin off first.
okay.
And this you can just do with
peel it off?
Yeah, just do it with your bare hands.
Just peel it off. Who was the other bad guy in Silence of the Lambs?
Hannibal Lecter?
No. He was not the guy
Buffalo
who was
Bill?
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
You can go a little bit faster than that.
Can I?
We're going to run out of film. Boning knife is going to be the best for this. The deal with boning knives, when you're taking bones out of something, you want to have the blade against the bone the entire time.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it right underneath the ribs. And the ribs, they're made out of bone, and you realized earlier how hard it is to cut through bone. So they're a pretty good protector against getting stabbed.
Okay.
So if you use the bones as protection, then you probably aren't going to get going along the bone, underneath the ribs. And I'm going to peel that back, and I'm going to go along the bones and just remove all the bones.
Just slice the sucker right off.
Yep. I got some more bones right here. So again, just cutting along the bone, using the bone to guide me.
So when you order chicken nuggets, this is basically what went into it. Somebody had to go through all this.
I've removed all of the bone from this.
No, now you just have meat.
There's a little bit of fat on there. We're going to go ahead and just trim that up with a knife.
Let's trim up that fat. I do feel like a plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Let's augment these breasts and cut out the fat.
So just try to save as much meat as possible when cutting off the fat.
Okay.
Because
that's the best part.
the fat?
No, the meat.
Meat, yeah. But now we have a boneless, skinless chicken breast.
All right.
Let's go for a thigh.
Yeah. Give me a thigh. Look at all that skin.
The skin is pretty self-explanatory. You can just rip that right off. There's going to be a little bit more attached that just make sure you have like a thumb or something to kind of hold down by the meat and pull the fat away. Some of the fat's not going to come off as easily on the thigh as it did the breast, and we'll use the knife to trim that off a little bit better. Cut off that extra bit of fat, kind of going at an angle as to not cut into the meat too much, if at all. This is where that flexibility from the semi-flexible knife really helps out. The next part is the only tricky part with the thigh. So you got to find the thigh bone. See where? Can you find your thigh bone?
I have definitely found my thigh bone.
Okay. So you've got 2 ends. So you want to make an incision running along that bone. Okay?
Oh, I incorrectly found the thigh bone. I have now correctly found the thigh bone.
Okay.
It is this way. It is the one that kind of feels like a femur on a little tiny chicken.
Because that's pretty much exactly what it is.
Instead of this bit, which is huge and
That's part of the backbone, I think.
that we didn't get out.
Yeah, that you didn't get out.
So there's still some backbone on this chicken.
Yeah, a little bit. That's okay. Because we're taking the bones out anyway.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So you want to cut a really small incision along that bone. Remember, use the bone as a guide. And then cut on the other side. You watch what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, just kind of spreading it with one hand and cutting along the bone. Okay, once you get to that point, grab your knife, just kind of get underneath the bone, and you can actually kind of scrape it with your knife. Get some of that off. And then you're going to have a lot of connective tissue around this side, so you can make an incision, just kind of cut around that connective tissue.
Wow. That looks really intense.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad, he says. You know, because I cut backbones out hundreds of times, and severing these thighs is not a big deal.
All right,
So you still can. How long do you think this is going to take me? 9 minutes.
Maybe.
9 minutes.
Okay. So
Are you ready to watch time lapse video of me cutting out my chicken thigh?
all right, you ready?
I'm ready. Start time lapse now.
That didn't take that long.
Yeah? Did I beat the 9 minutes?
Yeah.
Did I guess?
Okay, so
All right.
we've done breasts, we've done thighs. Now legs. Right. Okay, so you've started on right. You're gonna get all.
I'm just letting gravity do the work.
Yeah. So I think that's use the knife at all. You can pull the skin right off, so you can kind of find the line along the bone there, kind of like when we were separating the thigh from the leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in there.
So
It's good bone. You can feel the big difference of all this meaty part, and then the bone is
Right.
right in here.
So you want to watch me again, and then you can try with a sharp knife.
Yeah,
The
let's
bone
do
again?
it. Let's watch it.
So we're just gonna make an incision along the bone.
It's an incision.
You always start with
A precision incision?
Yeah. You always want to start with rather shallow cuts, because if you cut too far, then you start mangling your meat. Nobody likes their meat mangled.
No one likes to mangle their meat.
So yeah, I'm just going along either side of the bone, making
Just
small incisions.
splitting it open.
When you get down here, you can cut through all
Those
that cartilage.
tendons and
Exactly.
all that. Just cut it off. Who needs it?
Okay. So now I'm gonna use the back of my knife. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use the blade of my knife
Because it's sharp.
because it is sharp, and just kind of go along the bone, just removing that meat.
Scrape it off.
Scrape it off.
Yeah. Look at it. Look at it. Raw chicken. Meat comes right off the bone. Melts.
Okay.
You don't have to cook it.
Now, I will say cooking a chicken is the easiest way to get the meat off the bone, but sometimes you don't want to cook a whole chicken and then cut it into pieces and then recook it, because then you'll end up with overcooked chicken. Okay, I've got this down as far as it can go.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just going to make an incision cut around the bone. And don't worry if you get a little bit of cartilage in there, because you can always
Eat it later.
cut it out later.
Oh.
Again, you want to feel, make sure you didn't miss any pieces of bone or cartilage. And there you go. Okay. Yeah, you actually did a pretty good job there.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. We learned how to debone breast, thighs, and the legs. You now officially know how to debone an entire chicken.
I have broken this down.